Well, all right, we're just setting up this morning to try to butcher a couple of roosters. And this is going to be a total crash course. This is just kind of a jumble of ideas I've seen from other people. It's enough to get us by today. I've got all sorts of scrap metal around here. I wanted to build a proper kill cone. I just haven't had time to actually put one together the way I want to do it. But I've seen people do this feed sack idea. We're going to give it a shot today. So basically I took my post, put all the nails in my post, tied the post to the tree. Being a sawmill owner, I'm really reluctant to ever put any metal into a tree. I hate building fence and nailing fences to a tree. It just aggravates me. It's just wrong. I know it's gonna come back and bite me someday. So found a treated post. It was just laying here on the ground, luckily. Nails into the post, tie the post to the tree. It'll work fine. This is just a feed sack. Cut the corner out of it enough the chicken's head can hang out. Obviously this will work for the cone, but nailed that side to the post and then cut a little slit right here. So, because I think, if I throw the bird in there, that's not gonna work. They're gonna flop around, they're gonna feel too much movement. But if you hook this up here, then it's gonna make them feel, a little bit more confined so that they relax and don't try to flop around. And of course they will flop when you, cut their neck anyway. But hopefully we'll catch most of the blood in the bucket. Our only dog that we have left right now, she is a chicken killer. I don't really want her to get a taste of the blood, although if she does, I mean, she's been our family dog for like 12 years. So if she kills another chicken, it doesn't matter. She gets away with it. So anyway, we've got our kill cone set up here. We're gonna try. Let you know if it fails. It may, but if it doesn't, then cool. We've got our pot of water set up for our scalder. We're gonna scald and pluck everything. I don't have a tub plucker yet. I start butchering more chickens, I'll certainly make that investment. Scald them, then we'll hang them up here. I've got a little set of stirrups. I just make a slip knot, slip both their feet in a knot. So there's just a string tied between these two trees. String on trees, I don't mind, okay? Because I can cut through a string no matter if I forget about this and the tree grows around the string, who cares? But I did tie a knot right there. Otherwise, your stirrups could try to slip off. So this way you can just, that knot is just, that loop is just for a hole. So you do a slip knot here to slip it around their foot, and then it, grabs a hold of them. So you can hang them up here, pluck them, drop the feathers right in the same bucket as the blood bucket. And then I've got a washout. I've got a couple old coolers around here I'm gonna use. I've got to wash out a couple coolers and use those to throw the plucked chicken in. Now I would prefer to pluck them and gut them at the same time and then throw them in the cooler, which means I need to set up a table of some sort to at least do the gutting on. So let me figure out something I can set up here for, I've got a couple different things around that I can use for kind of a rough tabletop, just enough that I can throw the bird on it and pluck it. So I went and found this little table. This used to be our patio table with a glass top that got blown over and shattered in a storm, and I've been saving it thinking that it was going to be, somehow useful someday. And I thought it would be here, but look, just under the weight of these timbers. Now, it's not a heavy-duty table, and those are heavy timbers. But you can see the whole thing bending and sagging, and the whole thing's pretty unstable. I really don't know that I like that, so I'm probably going to just get my truck over here and just set this on the tailgate of my truck. Just find a way to kind of back my truck off in here so it's close to the scrap bucket. Again, it's just for pulling the guts out and throwing the guts in the bucket. So I was hoping this would work, but I think I'm gonna try to be proactive here and just not do this, because I think it's gonna fall apart on me when I least expect it. Well, I can tell you guys, I'm not gonna make the video about this, about how to properly butcher chickens, because I'm still not doing the best at it, but I was gonna tell you, the bag didn't work worth a crap. My post stood up against the tree. It needs to be better secured because the chicken flops around and makes the post want to fall over. Now, the post never completely falls over, but it leans to one side and then the bucket swings around and the chicken's not hanging in the bucket. So obviously it's not perfect. I've got feathers all over the place. I've got blood all over the place, but you know, for a sort of last ditch, yeah, he's in his death throes now. For a last ditch, you know, hey, let's just go ahead and do this today thing. It's working out okay. Unfortunately, we didn't cut their feed off 24 hours ago, so their crops are all full, and I think I pretty well ruptured the crop on every one. So kind of embarrassed really to admit this, that it is not going very well for me, but I wanted to tell you the couple things, yeah, that I was hoping would work, but did not work. My tractor bucket table here is working out really good, actually. I need to start the tractor and raise it up just a little bit because it's just very slowly sagging. But I just set those beams across the forks, put that same lid on there, and that way I can just slide the guts right back into the tractor bucket when I'm done. And then when everything's finished, I'll just, you know, drive right out to where I can bury up the guts in some sawdust. So at least that part will be good. But things are going okay. I think I've got, let's see, Caroline, how many are in there? 4?
Yep. In
the cooler. So I got 4 done. And it's coming along all right. They're not a terrible mess. There appears to be a sunflower seed. That came out of a crop. But I'm not exactly sure how many more we're going to do. This one and at least one more. I think for today we're going to keep 3 or 4. Yeah, maybe only 3. I'll have to decide if I find one that I'm attached to more than the others. But this one's done, bleeding out and relaxing, so time to get him scalded and plucked. But we're finished. There's the pile of head and guts that's left over. The bucket of feathers and blood. I've got to get all this cleaned up as best I can. I mean, it was really stupid of me to process chickens right next to the chicken pen because this will attract predators. But I don't really have anywhere else to do it. I mean, I could have done it out back behind the shop. There, you know, I guess that probably would have been better to do it back behind the house or something, but I didn't have the trees. I wanted to be able to use the trees to tie stuff up on, I guess. I don't know why I did it here. It just happened. I got the feet. I went ahead and saved the feet. I'm gonna clean those up, and apparently there's supposed to be something really great about chicken foot soup, about boiling them down for stock. I saved the livers, the heart, and the gizzards. I don't like livers, but the dog does. And the gizzards, I don't know. They're a lot of work to cut them apart. I like to eat them, but they're a lot of work. And the hearts, those are fine. We'll just batter and fry them. Those are fun little nuggets too. And then, the best of it, the 7 whole birds. We did 7 roosters, so we're down to 3 now in the pen, which is good. There are 3 that we like that haven't been mean. So that's good. We'll get these up to the house, and I think probably start quartering them out. At least quartering them out, and get them down to that bare carcass. I'm going to see if I can carve the breast off, but honestly, they're not meat birds, so there's not going to be a lot on the breast. But at least part them out a little bit and start boiling them down for stock and see what else we can get out of them. So yeah, anyway, one more thing I figured I'd add here on the end. I know I did not make a video showing you guys the exact process of butchering the chickens. There's plenty of videos out there on it. I will make one soon enough once I feel a little better about it. This was kind of done off the cuff and I was a little rusty, so I didn't really want to make a video. I have plenty of videos where I show you guys how not to do something. So anyway, I did want to mention to you though on the processing. So I ended up, the whole summary, it took me better part of the day, unfortunately, because it was slow. It was a one-man show. But I butchered 7 roosters. That took me like, I don't know, 3 hours just to do all the butchering. And get everything cleaned up. Probably 4 hours from figuring set up, clean up. And I don't have a tub plucker, so I was hand plucking everything, having to go catch the rooster every time. So it took a lot longer than it should have. But brought them all in the house here in the cooler. I actually cut them all out into quarters. I deboned and did boneless, skinless chicken breast. Here, I can show them to you. I know I'm sitting here staring at a pot of broth, and that's part of it too. Excuse me. We actually cooked, had barbecue chicken for dinner, so that was great. I was able to cook chicken while I was processing more of it. But here's the chicken breast. So I ended up doing boneless, skinless chicken breast, vacuum sealed. We've got the drumsticks, which I'm the only one in the family that really likes drumsticks. A little bit of foot scan there on that one. We've got the thighs. So I even went so far as to separate the thigh from the leg, which is something new. I'd never done that before. And then somewhere, oh, here we have the wings. So I cut all those up and already separated and do like, buffalo wings. So we have all the chicken already all cut up and processed. That's the first time I've done that. Last time I butchered chickens, I just froze them whole, and I still have them in the freezer from years ago. I need to boil all those down for stock because they were old laying hens. So here's what's left. I actually kept the feet this time, and I boiled down to make chicken foot stock, which apparently is some sort of delicacy. I don't know. I wanted to make it for soup for dinner, and I just didn't. I ran out of time. It's 9 o'clock at night. I ran out of time. So it's going to get all just boiled down for stock for tonight. All the carcasses, after I cut off the breast and quartered everything out, the ribs in the back and all that, the necks is all in here. And that's all been boiling down for several hours too. So we're going to strain all this off. I'm going to go ahead and mix the foot stock with the regular stock. It does look, this is more watery. You can just tell looking at it. This is much, much darker. It's much more concentrated. But I'm going to mix it all together, put it up in quarts, and we're going to pressure can it. But I just wanted to mention, like I said, I'm happy with myself. I guess I'm bragging. This is the first time that I've butchered chickens and taken them all the way down. Like I said, even to the point of breaking the wings apart into two pieces, breaking the thigh from the leg. I did leave the skin on the bigger chunks. I went ahead and skinned the breast just because my wife likes boneless, skinless chicken breast, and it was pretty easy to skin them. I actually took, they're in the fridge here. I even saved the gizzards and the liver, which I don't like liver, but I know the dog does. So the dog will eat the livers. They're buried. These are the gizzards. If you split the gizzard open, wash it out, and then there's a membrane that you peel off. Well, here. That's the membrane. It's really, really tough, but you peel that off and keep just the meat, which a chicken gizzard is really, really tough, but I like them. I like them tough. I don't like the livers. Those will go to the dog, or they can be catfish bait, and there's hearts in there too. The hearts can be fish bait, or you can fry them up and eat them. So we kept everything except for the feathers. I'm really happy with that. We did a really good job. Still more work to do. It was a long day, a lot of work. Again, if I could have had a couple people help, it would have helped. If I didn't have to spend so much time catching the roosters, that would have helped. Proper kill cone would have helped. A plucker would have helped. But all in all, it went really, really well. I'm really happy with it. We're getting a lot out of these birds, and these are birds that we got the eggs for free. I think we might have bartered for green beans, but effectively got the eggs for free. We hatched them out ourselves. We raised them from chicks. Now we butchered our own roosters. So it really is start to finish on the whole thing, and eventually we're gonna have some awesome chicken soup.
She's scared.